Mini splits are a modern and efficient way to heat and
Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're going to bring you a playoff game from our 1982 retro replay, and it will pit the undefeated New York Jets led by Richard Todd and the sack exchange with Mark Gastineau, the number 1 seed in the AFC, 9-0 record, against the upstart Seattle Seahawks, who bumped off the 2 seed Cincinnati Bengals. 5-4, they finished second in the AFC West. The Jets got here to the second round of the playoffs with a close, hard-fought victory over the Raiders. Seattle once again upset the Bengals in Cincinnati and are here to face off against the undefeated Jets in hopes of sending them home packing. And it won't be too far. This game's taking place in New York, Shea Stadium. For Seattle, the running backs Smith and Dornick, wideouts Largent and Johns, tight end Metzelaars, the quarterback is Jim Zorn, tackles are August and Essink, guards Pratt and Bailey, the center is Yarno. The New York Jets offense is led by the quarterback Richard Todd, running backs Freeman McNeil and Augustiniak, wide receivers Walker and Johnny Lamb Jones, the tight end is Barkham. The tackles are Powell and Ward, the guards are Fields and Alexander. The center for the New York Jets, Waldemore. On defense, for the Seattle Seahawks, defensive ends Green and Bryant, defensive tackles Tuyu Asasopo and Hardy, outside linebacker Schultz and Butler, middle linebacker Jackson. The defensive backs are Brown and Simpson at the corners. The safeties are Easley and Harris. For the New York Jets up front, and they have a tremendous defensive line, even though there's injuries on that line. Joe Klecko is out. You have Mark Gastineau and Neal at the defensive ends, Rudolph and Salam, the defensive tackles. Outside linebackers are Mel and Butler. The middle linebacker is Blinka. The cornerbacks are Jackson and Holmes. The safeties are Ray and Shroy. Again, the New York Jets are undefeated, 9-0, 10-0 with their playoff victory over the Raiders. Hard-fought, close slobber knocker of a football game. Seattle, 5-0, second place in the AFC West. Upset victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. So they're 6-4 in total. And let's play the game here. I will be playing as the Seattle Seahawks. The computer will be playing as the New York Jets. Let's check our settings real quick. That's correct. Everything looks good, and let's get the ball game on the way. The Jets have won the toss, and they elect to receive. Back deep for the Jets is Harper. The short men are Sohn and Crutchfield. Seattle will kick deep. And here's the playoff game, 1982 retro replay. The playoff teams are not the exact playoff teams. These are the teams that made the playoffs after my replay. Here's the kickoff deep, and here come the Jets on the return. It's a return of 13 yards by Harper. He's tackled by Flones. And the Jets will start 1st and 10 on their own 15. I think we're going to slow down the video option a little bit. Let's go back to game preference for a moment. Game display. Field display. Setup. Oh, here it is, chalkboard. Let's just slow that up a bit. Alrighty, so 1st and 10 for the New York Jets. Richard Todd leads the offense out onto the field. Split backfield, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Seattle will go with basic man coverage. Todd back to pass. He fires over the middle. Incomplete. The pass was intended for Johnny Lamb-Jones. Simpson on the coverage. They'll bring up 2nd and 10. As they're looking for Lamb-Jones on the medium slant. So it's 2nd and 10. We'll stay in our... Actually, going to switch it up to a 3-4 now. Play our defensive line in. Going to play zone. And pass. Todd pitches it out. And a lot of running room for number 35. Chris Ward. With a huge block springing Mike Augustiniak. Finally brought down by Shelton Robinson. That was a gain of 13. 1st and 10 on the Jets' 28. Stick with our 3-4 here. Defensive line in. Man. Run. Richard Todd gives it to Freeman McNeil. He has an opening there. Gain of 5. Tackled by Schultz, the linebacker. So it brings up 2nd and 5 on the Jets' 33. The fans at Shea Stadium are enjoying this early drive and success by the New York Jets. Again, we'll stick with our 3-4. Defensive line in. Short zone pass. Todd gives it to Freeman McNeil. He busts through for a gain of 6. Finally brought down by Jacob Green. Freeman McNeil, 2 carries, 11 yards now. On the dive play. Picks up 6. I formation for the Jets. Augustiniak the up back. McNeil behind him. 2 wideouts. Tight end. Tight to the line, top of the screen. 4-3 formation for the Seattle Seahawks. Play their defensive line in. Run basic man. A quick toss, and it's going to be a gain of 9 as Richard Todd quickly threw to the tight end Jerome Barkham. And he's tackled by Dave Brown, inches short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and inches. Ball almost at midfield. It's on the Jets' 49-yard line. Seattle stays near 4-3. Defensive line in. Tight man. Basic. And Freeman McNeil goes off tackle. Gain of 7. Gang tackle. Finally by the Seattle Seahawks, Manu Tuiasosopo on the bring down. McNeil now has 3 carries for 18 yards. 1st and 10 in Seattle territory on the Seahawks 44. Jets chewing up this Seattle defense right now. Again, they'll stick with the 4-3 now. Defensive line normal. Man. Gonna blitz. Strong safety easily. Basic. Here comes the strong safety on the blitz, and McNeil is smothered at the line of scrimmage. Off tackle left did not work that time. Brought down by Michael Jackson. So it brings up 2nd and 10 from the Seattle 44. I formation once again Todd under center. Augustiniak the up back. Freeman McNeil behind him. Lamb Jones, one wide out to the top of the screen. Wesley Walker, the other wide out to the bottom of the screen. Jerome Barkham, tight end, tight to the line, bottom of the screen. 2nd and 10. We're going to double Barkham on the medium. Play pass. Man, Todd back to pass. Has time. He fires over the middle, deflected by Butler as they were trying to go to Barkham, the tight end, on the medium cross. So it brings up 3rd and 10. Seattle's defense has stiffened. And they are one play away from forcing a punt. So far, this Jets drive, 8 plays, 41 yards, 4 minutes, and 33 seconds of clock chewed up. Excellent play on the deflection by Keith Butler. So it will bring up 3rd and 10. Seattle will go with a 3-3 nickel. And they'll play a zone. And they're going to blitz Schultz from the outside. Pass. Todd has time. He fires. It's complete to Wesley Walker, and he's dragged down from behind. A huge gain of 42 yards. Rocked down by Harris. On the medium fly, the Jets burn Seattle for 42 yards, and they have it 1st and goal on the Seattle 2-yard line. They needed 10. They picked up 42. They burnt the nickel coverage. Seattle comes back to, and we have phone delay. I will be right back. And we are back from phone delay. So it's 1st and goal for the Jets on the Seattle 2-yard line. Jets will go with a 4-3. Bring their defensive line in. Short zone goal line. Todd gives it to McNeil, and he Goes off tackle, touchdown. He plunges in from 2 yards out. The extra point is good by Leahy. The Jets drive 10 plays, 85 yards in 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Freeman McNeil scores from the 2. Leahy kicks the extra point, and they take a 7-0 lead. Here in the first quarter, round 2 of the 1982 retro playoffs using Action PC football. The Jets will kick off. The deep man for Seattle is Lane. The short men are Ivory and Johns. Seattle will put the return on. 9 yards deep. Wow. Must be with the wind. And Lane will down it in the end zone. Seattle will start 1st and 10 on their 20, led by their quarterback Jim Zorn. Split backfield. You have Sherman Smith and Dan Dornick. The excellent Steve Largent, wide out top of the screen. Paul Johns, wide out bottom of the screen. And the tight end, Metzelaars, top of the screen, tight to the line. So 1st and 10 for Seattle, trailing by 7. And we're going to go Dornick, screen pass to Dan Dornick. Screen set up, they dump it to Dornick, and he picks up 2 yards and is quickly spun down by Greg Butler. Seattle did get positive yards there. So it'll be 2nd and 8. From the Seattle 22. We're going to go short hitch to Largent. And incomplete. Zorn could not connect up with Largent. That was one of the bigger duos in the Cincinnati game. So it brings up a very important 3rd and 8 right now. The Jets are probably going to come with that big pass rush known as the sack exchange. And let's see. Dornick, 6 receiver. Smith's a 4 receiver. Screen. Smith. Back to pass. They set the screen out, and they can't get it to Smith as Zorn felt the heavy pressure, was scrambling, couldn't set his feet. Bad pass, and it brings up 4th and 8. Seattle will have to punt. Here comes Jeff West. He'll punt deep to Bruce Harper. The snap, the punt. Harper comes up on the ball, and what happened there? It's a fumble! Harper fumbled the ball, and Seattle recovers it. Essex recovers the fumble. He bobbled it. It got away from him. And Seattle special teams gets the first turnover of the game. And it's going to be 1st and 10 in Jets territory on the New York 40-yard line. Seattle has to take advantage of this opportunity here. Jim Zorn quickly brings the Seahawks offense back out on the field. And they'll dive to Dan Dornick. Out of the split backfield, Dornick picks up 4 tough yards. He's brought down by Lance Mell, the linebacker. And August for Seattle comes limping off the field, and he is out this game plus next week. So if Seattle does advance to the AFC Championship, August will not be able to play. So 2nd and 6. Play action, run counter. Pitch right. Smith. There it is. And Smith cannot gain the corner. He just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Abdul Salam brings him down. And it will bring up 3rd and 6. A field goal attempt here is only a 14% chance for Norm Johnson. Could be 2 down territory here for the Seahawks. So it's 3rd and 6 for Seattle. Split backfield, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Short slant to Metzelaars. Zorn back to pass. He has time over the middle. Incomplete. He couldn't connect up with his tight end, Metzelaars, and it will bring up 4th and 6 from the Jets' 36. And Seattle, if we pooch punt, that's 23 yards. Seattle will keep their offense out on the field, 4th and 6 on the Jets' 36-yard line. They're going to go 3 wideouts, 1 running back. Roger Carr comes out onto the field. Dan Dornick is the running back, good receiving running back. Screen to Dan Dornick. Yes, we're going for it. Zorn back to pass. They set the screen up. They hit Dornick. And he is brought down after 3 yards. Turnover on downs. The Jets hold on 4th and 6. Seattle only picks up 3. And Richard Todd and the New York Jets offense comes back out into the field. 1st and 10 on their own 33. Split backfield of McNeil and Augustiniak. Wideouts Johnny Lamb Jones and Wesley Walker. Walker to the bottom of the screen. Johnny Lamb Jones to the top. Barkham, the tight end, to the top of the screen, tight to the line. So it's a 4-3 defense for Seattle. And they're going to play run. Augustiniak picks up 4 tough yards. He went off tackle right. Good blocking up front by the Jets. Offensive line brought down by Dave Brown. That's Brown's 2nd tackle for Seattle. So it's 2nd and 6 from the Jets' 37. Remember, the Jets are 9-0. 10-0 with their playoff victory over the Raiders. Seattle 5-4, finished 2nd in the AFC West. With their upset victory of Cincinnati in round 1, they are now 6-4. So we're going to play tight man. And we're going to blitz both of our outside linebackers and play pass. Todd pitches out to Augustiniak. He beats the blitz. He's got the 1st down and more. Gain of 11. Finally brought down by Keith Butler. Chris Ward, another huge hole opened up for the offensive lineman, Chris Ward. So 1st and 10. 6:20 to go in the first quarter on the Jets' 48-yard line. Seattle now goes to a 3-4, trying to mix it up, trying to find something that will stop this Jets offense. Defensive line in. Todd is in shotgun, split backfield. McNeil and Augustiniak flank him on each side. Wideouts are Johnny Lamb Jones and Wesley Walker. Tight end is Barkham. And we're going to play zone. Blitz Schultz from the outside pass. Todd back to pass. He throws over the middle, intended for Barkham, easily on the tight coverage in the zone. Incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10 on the Jets' 48. Richard Todd now 2 of 5 for 52 yards. Mike Augustiniak, 3 carries, 28 yards. Again, they'll stay in the 3-4. Defensive line in tight. Jets are now in an I formation. Augustiniak the up back. Freeman McNeil behind him. 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Barkham tight to the line, lower part of the screen. Short zone. Basic. Todd gives it to Augustiniak. It looked like a delay play. That was a bizarre sweep right. Good blocking up front by Joe Fields. Augustiniak gains 7, brings up 3rd and 3 from the Seattle 45. Tackle credited to Keith Butler. He now has 2 tackles for Seattle. Seattle switches to their 4-3. Play their defensive line in. Tight man. And Keith Freeman McNeil. Todd back to pass all day over the middle and caught. Gain of 21. For Johnny Lamb Jones on the medium cross, brought down by the safety, Kenny Easley. 1st and 10 on the Seattle 24. The Jets are going through this Seahawk defense like a hot knife through butter. It's cliche, but true. 4:47 left in the first quarter. Jets have a 7-0 lead. I formation again for the Jets. Todd under center. Augustiniak the up back. Free McNeil behind him. Jets will play their defensive line normal. A short zone run. Again, Todd back to pass. Has time. Fires. Incomplete. Walker wants a flag. Brown was draped all over him. Good tight coverage there. Brings up 2nd and 10. Todd protests the official. But now goes back to the huddle. They break the huddle. Split backfield for the Jets. Todd under center. 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Barkham, lower portion of the screen, tight to the line. Seattle counters with a 3-4. Defensive line in tight. Man. Barkham. They're going to double Barkham on the medium. Pass. Todd back to pass. He has time. He's looking over the middle. Out he goes to Wesley Walker. Touchdown. The extra point by Leahy is good. So again, the Jets strike, and strike quickly. He looked over the middle for Barkham. That was covered. And he went to Wesley Walker down in the lower corner of the end zone for 6. The extra point by Leahy is good. It's now 14-0 Jets with 3:51 to play. Possible route is on if Seattle can't answer them. Leahy will kick off. Deep man is Lane for the Seahawks. The short men are Ivory and Johns. Seattle puts the return on. It's 3 yards deep. Lane shall return out of the end zone. Looking for a big play here on special team. Here comes Lane. He fumbles the ball at the 10. It's loose. And Bailey for Seattle recovers it, averting disaster. So the Seahawks will start 1st and 10 inside their 10 on their own 9. Could have been worse. Bailey did recover the fumble as Crosby put the hit on him. Zorn brings out the offense. Split backfield of Dornick and Smith. Wideouts Largent and Johns. Tight end Metzelars. Play action fake. Smith and Dornick will stay in the block. Going to go combo pass. Largent on the medium. Johns on the medium. Metzelars on the short. Back to pass. Over the middle. It's caught. The ball is loose. And again, Seattle recovers it. As Metzelar made the catch, was stripped by Ray and recovered by Essink. So Seattle has avoided disaster twice on 2 consecutive plays. It brings up 2nd and 3. 3:38 to play here in the first quarter. The undefeated New York Jets of 1982, 9-0, 10-0 now with their playoff victory over the Raiders, are 2 touchdowns ahead of the Seattle Seahawks, 5-4, 6-4 with their upset victory of the Cincinnati Bengals in round 1. Again, we'll keep Smith and Dornick in the block. And we'll keep Metzelars in the block, max protection. Short hitch. Largent. Back to pass. He has time. He tries to dump it down to Smith. Incomplete. Gastineau was applying the pressure, chasing him. Brings up 3rd and 3. Draw for Dan Dornick.
False start. Offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty.
False start on Boyd will back up Seattle. They didn't need that. It went from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. So Smith and Dornick will stay in the block. Combo pass. Largent. Johns long. large and short, Metzelar medium. Zorn under center. Here's the snap. Zorn back to pass. He has time. He's looking. Dumps it down to Smith. He gains 9 yards. First down. Tackled by Lance Mel, the Jets, and that is Seattle's first down, and it comes with 2:48 left in the first quarter. Zorn looked downfield. Nothing was there. He dumped it down to Smith. Smith picked up 9 and the first down. I'm sorry, he dumped it to Dornick. So that's Dornick's 3rd reception for 14 yards. Seattle breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. Split backfield, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Dive play. Dornick. There's Dornick up the middle. 2 tough yards. Brought down by Abdul Salam. That's Salam's 2nd tackle. So it's 2nd and 8, 2:04 to go in the first quarter. Jets leading Seattle 14-0. Let's go short and quick to Steve Largent. Incomplete as Blinka tipped that ball. He almost jumped the route and almost had a pick there as they were playing tight man. Zorn is now 4 of 9 for 21 yards. Brings up a crucial 3rd and 8 on the Seattle 22-yard line. Dornick will go out wide. Zorn will go to shotgun. Draw to Smith. Smith has it. There's an opening up the middle. Gain of 5, but he's brought down 3 yards short. And it'll be 4th and 3, and here comes the Seattle punt team. They were doubling Dornick. They were in a 4-1 dime, the Jets. Seattle almost caught them napping. Big tackle by Ken Schroy. The free safety stopped the first down. Seattle will punt. Here comes Jeff West. He'll punt deep to Harper. The snap, the punt. Harper's back there. Here he comes, and he is brought down after a return of 3 by Harris. He held on to the ball this time, though. So with 28 seconds in the first quarter, the Jets will start 1st and 10 on their 37-I formation. Richard Todd under centers. Up back is Augustiniak. Behind him is Freeman McNeil. Walker and Jones the wideouts. And Barkham is the tight end. Top of the screen, tight to the line. Seattle will play their defensive line in tight. And they're going to key McNeil on the run. The ball's going to Freeman McNeil, and he is brought down after 2 tough yards by Robert Hardy, and that will end the first quarter. The Jets have a 14-0 lead. We go to the second quarter. 2nd and 8 from the Jets 39. Split backfield. Todd under center. 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Barkham now to the bottom of the screen, tight to the line. Seattle will play a zone defense. And they're going to blitz. Where's Butler? They're going to blitz Butler from the outside and pass. And it's going to be a handoff to McNeil. He looks like he went off tackle. Gain of 6. Tackle by Keith Simpson, as it was an off tackle left. So it brings up 3rd and 2. McNeil now has 7 carries, 28 yards, and a touchdown. So Seattle needs a stop here. We're going to play our 4-3 defensive line normal. We're blitzing all 3 of our linebackers. Tight man, run. And they get to Todd! It was a jailbreak blitz, and Richard Todd is brought down by Bruce Schultz. They sent all 3 linebackers. The Jets didn't have enough people to pick up all the blitzers, and Todd is sacked for a 5-yard loss. Seattle stops the Jets finally and forces the punt from the Jets' 40-yard line. That is a big defensive play for the Seattle Seahawks. We'll put the punt return on. And we will call for the return. Here's the punt. Here comes a return. Breaks one tackle and finally brought down after a 7-yard gain. Paul Johns is brought down. The tackle will be credited to Salam. So 1st and 10 on the Seattle 24-yard line. The Seahawks trailing by 2 scores, 14-0. Jets want to maintain their undefeated record and move on to the AFC Championship, where they'll face the Denver Broncos. If the Jets win, the championship game will be here at Shea Stadium. So Zorn under center, split backfield. 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Screen to Smith. Zorn back to pass. They set the screen up and unable to connect up. Heavy pass rush by the sack exchange up front. Zorn could not have time, and he threw quickly. Brings up 2nd and 10. Pressure applied by Mark Gastineau. That's his 2nd hurry. Metzelar will stay in to block and give help on Gastineau. We're going to go play action fake, run counter. I think we're going to run right at Gastineau. Let's try to trap him. Run counter. Trap left. Dornick. 2nd and 10. There goes Dornick. There's a hole. He fumbles the ball. A big hit. And the Jets recover it. It looked like Metzelar's had it initially, but it's Rudolph who comes up with the ball. As Holmes on the hit jars the ball loose after Dornick had an opening. Looked like he was going to rumble for that 1st down, but he fumbles, and now the 3rd time, Seattle could not recover their own fumble. The Jets get it. 1st and 10 in Seattle territory on the 29. 14-0 Jets. Richard Todd under center. Split backfield to Augustiniak and McNeil. The wideouts, Walker and Johnny Lamb Jones. Tight end, Barkham. Lower part of the screen, tight to the line. And once again, Seattle will sell out, blitzing all 3 linebackers. Tight man run. The ball's given to Augustiniak. He almost gets around the corner, but he's dragged down from behind by Keith Butler, saving a huge gain as Augustiniak had nothing but green grass in front of him. But a great effort by Keith Butler, and it's 2nd and 10. From the Seattle 29. Split backfield, Todd under center. This time Barkham's to the top of the screen, tight to the line. Again, tight man. Blitzing all 3 linebackers. Pass. They pick up the blitz. Todd throws, and it's complete for 15 yards. They get Barkham on the medium hitch. Tackle by John Harris, who was on the coverage. So it's 1st and 10 on the Seattle 14. The Jets are in the red zone, trying to put points on the board after the Dan Dornick fumble. So Schultz, Easley, and Butler will blitz. Again, tight man. Basic. Here comes the blitz. McNeil busts through the line. Gain of 7. Tuyo Asasopo on the tackle. That's Manu's 2nd tackle. McNeil now has 8 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown as they went off tackle left. 2nd and 3 from the Seattle 7. I formation. Todd under center. Up back Augustiniak. Behind him is Freeman McNeil. 2 wideouts. Barkham top of the screen. Tight to the line. He's the tight end. 5-2 basic for Seattle. Short zone. Goal line. McNeil has it, and he has the 1st down. Gain of 4. Tough, hard running by Freeman McNeil. On the off tackle right, Robert Hardy on the stop for Seattle. And it brings up 1st and goal from the Seattle 3. Seattle will stay with their 5-2 again. They'll go tight man this time, though. Run. McNeil, and he is smothered for no gain. Brought down by Jacob Green. They went trap left for McNeil. 10 carries, 39 yards with a TD. Brings up 2nd and goal from the Seattle 3-yard line. Again, Seattle will stay with our 5-2 man goal line. Augustiniak gets to the outside and dives in for the touchdown from 3 yards out, and Leahy kicks the extra point as it just goes inside the left upright. It's now 21-0. Seattle has to get something going here. Thank you for just stopping by and saying hi, Beatles. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. What seasons did you pick up? From Action PC. Hope all is well. Here comes the kickoff to Seattle, who now trails by 3 scores, 21-0. Seattle puts a return on Leahy with the kickoff. Here comes the Seahawks on the return. It's a return of 13 by Lane, brought down by Crosby. Jim Zorn again brings the offense out onto the field. They have not been able to get anything going. Going to go play action fake, max protection, as Smith, Dornick, and Metzelaars will all stay in the block. And we're going over the top. Long slant to Steve Largent. Zorn with plenty of time. He fires! And Largent loses the ball as he was double teamed. Almost picked off, so it brings up 2nd and 10. They were looking for Largent in all the right places. All right, 2nd and 10. Play action pass. Run counter. Pitch left. Dan Dornick. Here's the pitch to Dornick. He gets around the corner. First down and more past the 30 and dragged down from behind by Lance Mell. Gain of 17 as Gastineau bit and did not keep contained. As Beatles eternally says he bought 30, he thinks about 30 seasons from Action PC Baseball. He says it's going to be a long winter. But a good one, Beatles. You got all those seasons. You need to start streaming, my friends, so we can see your games. All right, 1st and 10. That's been the Seattle Seahawks' best offensive play. Now we'll go play action pass. Medium out to Largent. 1st and 10. Zorn with time. He throws. It's complete to Largent. Gain of 22. Pushed out of bounds by Bobby Jackson. Seattle invades Jet territory on their 46. 1st and 10. Seattle trailing by 3 touchdowns. 9:08 to play before the first half. Take care, Beatles. Thank you for stopping by. Again, play action fake. Run counter. Let's see if we can get Gastineau to bite again. Pitch left. Dornick. And this time, Gastineau does not bite. He stays home, forcing Dornick to go farther out wide, and Stan Blinka was there to clean up the mess. Loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Gastineau learned his lesson well. So it's 2nd and 14. Dornick will come out of the game, take a breather. Hughes will come in the game. David Hughes. Screen, Hughes. They set up the screen. They get it to Hughes. Lots of running room. Gain of 12. Dragged down by Ron Johnson. Brings up a 3rd and 2. 8:12 to go before the half. Jets 21, Seattle nothing. Seattle looking to try to mount some sort of resistance here. So it's 3rd and 2. Backfield of Hughes and Smith. Wideouts Largent and Johns. Tight end Metzelaars. Short hitch. Largent. They're keying it. We're sticking with it. Zorn back to pass. He fires. Incomplete, but pass interference as Jackson was hanging all over Largent. It will be 1st and 10 for Seattle. Zorn and the Seahawks break the huddle. They approach the Jets' 30-yard line. Split backfield of Hughes and Smith. Off tackle right, Smith. Ball's given to Smith. He bounces through the hole, but only a pickup of 2. The hole was quickly shut by Kenny Neal. That's Kenny Neal's first tackle. Brings up 2nd and 8. 7:21 to play in the first half. Short to the flat to Hughes. Zorn. And he is sacked! Salam brings him down. Zorn is shaken up. He waves the trainer away, though. He's going to stay in the game. That's the first sack by the sack exchange, and Abdul Salam gets it. It's now 3rd and 16. A field goal here for Norm Johnson is only a 38% chance of success. Dan Dornick will come back in the game for Sherman Smith. Hughes will also stay in the game. Screen to Dornick. They set it up. They hit Dornick, and he picks up 8 yards. Brought down by Kurt Springs. That's Dan Dornick's 4th reception for 22 yards. A field goal attempt is a 64% chance of success for Norm Johnson. 4th and 8, and here comes Norm Johnson and the field goal team. From the Jet 28, you add 17, it'll be a 45-yard field goal attempt. The holder is Jim Craig. The snap, the kick, Johnson, and it's good! A 45-yard field goal attempt. Seattle's on the board, 21-3. Jets fans here at Shea don't like it. Jets were going for the block, but Norm Johnson's kick was strong and true right down the middle. Here comes the kickoff. Actually, we're going to try to fool him with an onside kick. There's the onside kick, and there's a scrum, but the Jets recover it. Luzinski recovers on the 49-yard line. Looked like Seattle had them fooled, but not fooled enough. So 1st and 10 on the Seattle 49. Richard Todd in the offense of the Jets will start in an I formation. Augustiniak the up back. Behind him is Freeman McNeil. The wideouts, Johnny Lamb Jones to the top of the screen and Wesley Walker to the bottom of the screen. Tight end, Jerome Barkham. Top of the screen, tight to the line. 3-4 setup here for Seattle. Man basic. Back to pass goes Todd. He has time. He fires over the middle. Oh! Pass interference on Simpson. He's jumping up and down. He thought he had good coverage on Johnny Lamb Jones. But the Zebras didn't think so, and the yellow laundry hit the field. So 1st and 10 on the Seattle 34, 5:01 to play, 21-3 Jets. Again, 3-4 setup here. They're going to key McNeil on the run. Todd back to pass, and he is brought down. Loss of 7 by Manu Toyu Asasopo. As he blew in and whipped Richard Todd to the ground. 2nd and 17, 4:55 to play here in the first half. They'll go 3-3 nickel. Play a deep zone. And they're going to blitz Schultz from the outside. Pass. Schultz is picked up. They throw over the middle. And he's off to the races. Touchdown, Wesley Walker. Extra point by Leahy is good. And the quick strike capability of this Jet offense is on display today. It's now 28-3. And let's just go back and go through that play. Schultz was blitzing. Augustiniak picked it up. Todd had time. He found Walker for the touchdown. It looked like a slant to the middle. Walker now has 3 catches and 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. Leahy provided the extra point. So the Jets answer the Seattle field goal with a touchdown and now lead the Seahawks 28-3 with 4:13 to play in the first half. Things are not going well for myself and the Seattle Seahawks as the Jets hope to remain undefeated and head to the championship game against the Broncos. And if they win, it'll be here at Shea Stadium. So Leahy to kick off. Deep is Lane. Shortman are Ivory and Johns for Seattle. The return is on. 2 yards deep, and we're going to return. Here comes Lane. And he is stopped at the 15, I believe. No, at the 14. Brought down by Springs. So 1st and 10. 4:08 to play in the first half. Seattle trailing by 25. Screen to use. They're keying that. We're going to continue with the play. Here comes... Oh! Gastineau blows in off the corner, bringing down Jim Zorn. Loss of 7. That's Mark Gastineau's first sack. He's had at least 2 to 3 hurries. And it brings up 2nd and 17. Clock running. 4 minutes to play in the first half. They're going to go max protect. Dornick, Hughes, and Metzelaars will all stay in to block. And actually, we're going to go 3 wideouts, 2 running backs. So Dornick and Hughes will stay in the block. Roger Carr is the 3rd wideout. Long out to Carr. Zorn has time. Here comes the pressure. He steps out of the end zone. He's brought down. Just barely avoiding the safety. Tremendous pressure by the sack exchange. As Zorn was going for broke, looking for Roger Carr on the long out, and hoping that Carr would turn it upfield, but he did not have time. Barry Bennett with the sack. Zorn's been sacked 3 times and hurried on numerous occasions. It's 3rd and 23, clock running, 3:17 to play before the half. Jets have a commanding 25-point lead. And we're going to run a draw with Dan Dornick. Here's the draw. Dornick gets it away from the end zone a bit. Gain of 5, 4th and 18. And here comes the punt team. And Jeff West for Seattle. He'll punt deep to Bruce Harper. The snap, the punt. Harper back. And he calls for the fair catch on the Jets' 47-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play. Hello, Clinton. Thank you for the well wishes. Hope all is well with you, too. I formation. Actually, no. Single back. And it's Augustiniak. He's an excellent receiving running back. So they go 3 wideouts. Todd under center. Seattle counters with their 3-3 nickel. And we're going to send Butler's over here. We're going to send Butler on the delay. Man. And we're going to double Barkham. And pass. And there's the sack! Butler on the delay blitz from the outside. Loss of 12 as Seattle has gotten to Richard Todd 3 times, and Seattle will call timeout. They'd like to get the ball back before the half, because if they can score, I believe they will have the second half kickoff. So it's now 2nd and 22. Again, the Jets are in a 3 wide out, 1 running back. Todd now in shotgun with Augustiniak in the backfield with him. And this time we're going to send Schultz on the delay blitz. Man, and we're going to double Barkham again on the medium pass. And again, Todd feels the pressure. He takes off running. Not much room there. Gain of... Oh, a holding on Wesley Walker on the scramble. And we're going to... If we decline, it's... He picked up 2, so it'll be 3rd and 20. We're going to decline that penalty. Back him up. You know what? We're going to accept it. So it's going to be 2nd and 32 on the Jets 25. I probably should have declined it. Anyway, 3 wide outs. Again, Todd in shotgun. And this time we're going to send Easley on the delay. Man. And again, we're going to have Barkham, the tight end, covered. Double covered on the pass. And they get to him again. It's a fumble. Knocked out. Who has it? Seattle recovers. Easily nailed Richard Todd. The ball comes loose. And Bryant recovers it for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 for Seattle. On the Jet 23, they need a touchdown here. So we've mixed up our blitzes on this defensive stand. And it worked to perfection. Easily on the safety blitz. Separated Richard Todd from the ball, recovered by Bryant. Kenny Easley's first sack. They have gotten Richard Todd 4 times and forced that fumble. Split backfield of Hughes and Dornick. Wideouts Largent and Johns. Metzelar, the tight end. Medium slant to Metzelar's. There it is. Over the middle, and he cannot connect up with Metzelar's. If he caught it, he had some running room towards the end zone. Brings up 2nd and 10. Field goal here for Norm Johnson is a 76% chance of success. Okay, what is a pitch left to use? 4.3. Play action fake. Run counter. Pitch left to use. There it is. And Hughes is smothered by Gastineau. Loss of 4. Gastineau was fooled once, but the next 2 times we've run it, he's stopped it. He stayed home. That's Gastineau's 2nd tackle to go with a sack and at least 3 hurries. Clock is running, 1:22 to play, 30 and 14. 3 wideouts, 2 running backs. Dornick will go out wide. Shotgun for Zorn, used to block. Combo pass. Dornick medium. Carr long. Largent medium. And Johns medium. Snap. Zorn has time. He's looking. He dumps it down to Hughes. Only a gain of 1. It brings up 4th and 13. Clock is running. Seattle will bring it down to 10 seconds and call timeout. And here comes the field goal team, Norm Johnson. And this will be a 43-yard field goal. 69% chance of making it. He's already made a 45-yard field goal. Again, the holder is Craig. The snap, the place, the kick by Johnson. Again, down the middle. It's good. Seattle gets 3 points off the turnover. The fumble by Richard Todd and the sack by the safety blitz, Eastley. It's now 28-6. 4 seconds to go. Seattle will squib it. Here comes a return. Return of 11, and that's the half. So at the half, it's 28-6, Jets. Seattle gets the ball back in the second half. They shall receive. We have the return on. Deep for Seattle is Lane. Short are Ivory and Johns. Here's the kickoff. And here comes a return. Lane brought down at the 18 by Schroy. It's a 17-yard return. 1st and 10. And once again, here comes the Seattle offense, led by Jim Zorn. Zorn is 8 of 16 for 64 yards. Not much offense here. They've only put up 6 points thanks to 2 turnovers. Where the Jets, Richard Todd 6 of 10 for 153 yards, and he's thrown 2 touchdowns to Wesley Walker. And McNeil and Augustiniaks, the running backs, have each rushed for a score. All right, 1st and 10 for Seattle. Backfield of Dornick and David Hughes. Medium slant, Largent. Back to pass is Zorn. He dumps it down to Metzelars, who drops the ball. Oh, Largent was covered. Zorn went through his reads, threw to Metzelars, and he dropped the ball. Metzelars has fumbled, but Seattle did recover that fumble, so it brings up 2nd and 10. Trap right. Dornick. And Dornick struggles for 3 yards. He now has 7 carries, 32 yards. Brings up 3rd and 7. Third and 7. Medium hitch. Steve Largent. Zorn back to pass. He fires a Largent, and it is caught. Gain of 16. Brought down by Bobby Jackson. That's Steve Largent's 2nd reception for 38 yards. He drove Jackson off the ball and quickly turned, and the ball was there. Good pass by Steve Zorn, and Hughes was shaken up on the play, but he's going to stay in the game. But you know what? We're going to actually take him out of the game for a moment and bring in Smith. And we're going to go screen to Smith. They're keying that. Medium fly to Largent. Audible. Zorn looking for Largent. Checks down. Tries to pass it to Smith anyway. Incomplete. Tremendous pressure applied on Jim Zorn. That was Ben Rudolph chasing Zorn around. Zorn doing his best Fran Tarkenton imitation. So 2nd and 10. Ball on the Seattle 37. The Jets 28. The Seahawks 6. Round 2 of the playoffs. Retro replay year 1982. The playoff teams were determined because I played out the whole season. I had picked a team in each division and played games for all of them. And at year end, I'll go through all that. Seattle was not one of the teams I picked. I play as all the lower seeded teams, unless it was the Patriots, who already got bumped out. All right, 2nd and 10. Sweep left, Dornick. And there they go. Dornick has some room. Gain of 3. Another 3 tough yards by Dan Dornick. 8 carries, 35 yards. Brings up a more manageable 3rd and 7. As the Seahawks approach midfield, they're at their own 40. Jets are in a 4-3. Seattle, Zorn under center, split backfield of Smith and Dornick. Wideouts are Largent and Johns. The tight end is Metzelaars. And actually, we're going to go with 3 wideouts now. So Roger Carr comes out onto the field. Carr was absolutely outstanding for the Colts earlier in his career with Burt Jones. This is Roger Carr coming towards the end of his career. And we're going to go medium hitch. Medium hitch to Carr. Zorn has time. He throws the Carr, and it's complete. Gain of 21 yards. Kurt Springs on the tackle. And we'll stick with the 3 wideouts, 2 running backs, except we're going to put Dornick out wide, giving the Jets a completely different look here. Smith behind Zorn now. Dive to Smith. And Smith cannot get through the little hole that was there. In fact, he loses a yard. Lance Mel plugged that gap quite quickly. The Jets linebacker now has 5 tackles as we try to spread out the Jets, but to no avail. It's now 2nd and 11. Dornick will come off the field. Hughes will come back on the field. And Metzelaars will come back, but as a halfback, not tight end. So more of an H-back, really. Screen to Metzelaars. They're keying that. Short slant to Carr. Zorn back to pass. He finds Carr on the slant. Gain of 12. First down. Brought down by Ken Schroy. 1st and 10 on the 28. So Carr looks like the Roger Carr of his youth with the Colts. Metzelaar will go out wide. Play action fake, run counter, pitch right to Hughes. Hughes cannot gain the corner. In fact, he loses 4 yards. That play was blown up by Barry Bennett of the Jets. Bennett's 2nd tackle. 2nd and 14. This current drive for Seattle, 9 plays, 50 yards, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Clock is still running. A field goal from here is just under 60% for Norm Johnson, but they need to put a touchdown on the board, really. And they're going to go 4 wideouts now. And the 4th wideout is Byron Walker. Uses in the backfield. Be replaced by Smith. 2nd and 14. Screen to Smith. They set the screen up. They hit it in stride. Smith's off to the races. Breaks 1 tackle and he's dragged down inside. Yes! So a gain of 24 as they spread everybody out with the 4 wideouts. They dump the screen to Sherman Smith. He picks up 24 yards and unnecessary roughness on the tackler, Bobby Jackson. So I believe it's going to be 1st and goal. And it is 1st and goal from the Jets 4. We're going to stick with our 4 wideouts. Smith will come out of the game, though. Dornick will come back in. Actually, we're going to go to Horace Ivory for a carry. And we're going to go trap right, Horace Ivory. There's a trap right. Ivory is smothered by the front 7. Or it's not really a true front 7 as they were in a dime. But it's smothered, no gain. 2nd and goal. Ivory comes out of the game. Here comes Dan Dornick. Dive to Dornick. Again, Dornick busts in hard for 2 yards. Ron Johnson on the tackle. It's now 2nd and goal from the 2. Again, spread out offense. 4 wideouts, 1 running back. Zorn under center. Zorn on the dive. He calls his own number, and he is smothered for a loss of 1. The tomfoolery, the trickery did not work. Abdul Salam did not fall for it. That's Salam's 6th tackle. It's now 4th and goal from the Jet 3. Short hitch. Man. 750. Touchdown makes it 13-9. You know what? Don't chase points. Don't chase points yet. Let's take the sure 3. And Johnson puts it through. Another field goal. 28-9. Got to put points up there. Now here on in, we pretty much need touchdowns unless it's a quick kind of drive. So it's now 28-9. Johnson with his 3rd field goal. He'll kick deep. The deep man is Bruce Harper. Short man Kurt Sohn and Barber. Here's the kickoff by Johnson. Harper brings it out of the end zone, and he's stopped around the 11-yard line. Gain of 12, and they'll start 1st and 10 on their 11, brought down by Nash. So Seattle needs a big stop here. They have the Jets pinned back inside their own 15. 4-3 here for Seattle. Split backfield. Todd under center. Neal and Augustiniak flank him. Freeman McNeil to the top of the screen. Augustiniak towards the bottom. Then you have Johnny Liam Jones and Walker, the wideouts. And Barkham, the tight end. Top of the screen tight to the line. And we're going to play run out of the 4-3 man. And McNeil is brought down after a 1-yard gain. Easley comes up from his safety spot. And that's Easley's 3rd tackle. He put a big pop on McNeil, who held on to the ball. We would have loved to have seen a fumble there. 6:56 to play in the 3rd quarter. Clock running. 2nd and 9 from the Jets' 12. Then we'll stay in the 4-3 man basic. Todd back to pass. He has time. He fires incomplete. Intended for Johnny Liam Jones, and it was batted away by Keith Simpson. So a huge play coming up for the Seattle defense. 3rd and 9. Ball in the Jets 12. New York 28. Seattle 9. Round 2 of the playoffs here at Shea Stadium. The Jets are undefeated 9-0, plus their playoff victory makes them 10-0. Seattle comes here finishing 2nd out of the AFC West, 5-4. The upset victory of Cincinnati in Cincinnati in round 1 makes them 6-4, but they trail to the Jets 28-9 here at Shea. Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 9. 4-2 nickel. Zone. They're going to blitz Schultz from the outside. Zone. Pass. Todd back to pass. They pick up the blitz. He fires over the middle, intended for Barkham. Easley was in the zone. Great coverage there. Seattle forces the punt. So the Jets will punt deep in their own territory, from their own territory, their own 12. Seattle will put the return on. Let's get a big return here. Here's the punt. And a fair catch on the 33-yard punt by Johns. And Seattle will start 1st and 10 on the Jets' 45. Seattle comes out with their 4 wideouts. Largent, Johns, Carr, and Walker. Quarterback Zorn. The one running back is Dornick. Dive to Dornick. And there's Dornick. Up the middle he goes. Gain of 4. 5:55 to play in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 6 from the Jets' 41. Again, dive to Dornick on the spread. And Dornick struggles forward for a gain of 2. 3rd and 4 from the Jets' 39. Play action. Medium slant to Carr. There's a play action. Zorn has time looking for Carr. He throws! And drilled by Springs. Carr is dislodged from the ball, and that would have been a big gainer and a first down. But the huge hit by Springs, incomplete. Zorn was under heavy pressure once again, applied by Barry Bennett. So 4th and 4 on the Jets' 39. They will go for it. Seattle will go for it. 4 wideouts. Zorn will be in shotgun. Short to the flat. Dornick. Yes. He has Dornick, and he dropped the ball! Oh! Dornick dropped the ball. He had nothing but running room in front of him. That wonderful green grass. He could have been off to the races for a very long way, but Dornick dropped the ball. The play call was there, and Dornick dropped the ball. Seattle turns it over on downs. So the Jets will take over on their own 39, dodging a bullet. 28-9, New York. Todd under center, split backfield to McNeil and Augustiniak. The wideouts, Walker and Jones, the tight end, Barkham. Top of the screen, tight to the line. Seattle on a 4-3. Man. Run. The ball's given to McNeil. No gain. So that's an encroachment on Hardy. Penalty accepted. It'll be 1st and 5. The Jets are now in an I formation on their 44. Augustiniak the up back. McNeil behind him. 2 wideouts. 1 tight end. Barkham. Top of the screen. Tight to the line. They're going to send all 3 of their linebackers on a delay. Run. And Augustiniak is smothered as he tried to sweep to the outside right. Loss of 3 tackle by Jeff Bryant. They sold out and they stopped Augustiniak on the sweep right. They needed that. It's now 2nd and 8. 4:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. Jets 28. Seahawks 9. They'll stay with their 4-3. Play zone. Gonna blitz Butler from the outside. Pass. And it's a pitch out to Augustiniak, and this time he gains the corner and the first down. Gain of 9 on the pitch right. Dan Alexander providing the convoy up front. Tremendous block by Alexander. It is 1st and 10 at midfield. 3:16 to play in the 3rd quarter. Split backfield. Todd under center. 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Barkham top of the screen, tight to the line. Seattle will now go to a 3-4. Defensive line will be played in. They're going to play run. It's a pitch out again to Augustiniak, and he is brought down for no gain by the quick reacting Keith Butler. That's Butler's 5th tackle for Seattle. Brings up 2nd and 10. Again, the Seahawks will stay in their 3-4. The Jets are in a split backfield. Todd under center, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Barkham, top of the screen, tight. Zone basic. Todd back to pass. He fires. It's complete to Johnny Lamb Jones. Gain of 18. Simpson on the stop and coverage. That's Simpson's 2nd tackle. Johnny Lamb Jones now has 2 receptions, 39 yards. So it's 1st and 10 on the Seattle 32. I formation, the up back. Behind Todd, who's under center, is Augustiniak. Behind him is Freeman McNeil. All the linebackers are coming on a delayed blitz. Man. basic. And the offense jumps as they knew the kitchen sink was coming, and Fields jumped. So the false start will back them up, 1st and 15, and the clock stops with 1:02 to play in the third quarter. The New York Jets 28, the Seattle Seahawks 9. The Jets trying to stay undefeated and move on to the championship game of the AFC against the Denver Broncos. If the Jets win, the game will take place here at Shea Stadium. If the Seattle Seahawks come back, they'll have to travel, I believe, to Denver, because Denver won the AFC West. So 1st and 15. Easley will come on the safety blitz. Man, pass. And Easley, it's a screen, and a well-designed screen. Catching Seattle off guard, gain of 11. Michael Jackson brings down Mike Augustiniak, and that's Augustiniak's first reception. He's a very good receiving running back, and it brings up 2nd and 4 after 11-yard gain. Clock running, 49 seconds left in the third quarter. 4-3 now for Seattle. And they're going to play tight man, run. Todd back to pass, and he's brought down! Sack number 5. And the sack is credited to Manu Toyo Asasopo, and that's his 2nd sack. So really, the front 7 of the Seattle Seahawks are out dueling the sack exchange of the New York Jets. Clock running, 3 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and 12. I guess, did they call timeout? Did someone get hurt? No. I don't think they'll get a playoff, but we're going to have to call a defense here. So it's 3rd and 12. We're going to go with a 4-2 nickel. Zone, pass, and that's the end of the third quarter. So with 15 minutes to play, the Jets are 15 minutes away from continuing their undefeated season in March to the Super Bowl. Seattle has 15 minutes to reverse what looks most certain to occur and keep their football lives going in this 1982 retro replay. So it's 3rd and 12. The Jets are now in an I formation. The up back, Todd under center. The up back is Augustiniak. Behind him is Freeman McNeil. Johnny Liam Jones to the top of the screen. Wesley Walker to the bottom of the screen. They are your wideouts. The tight end, Jerome Barkham, tight to the bottom of the screen. 4-2 nickel will play zoned. Player defensive line in. Pass. Todd back to pass. Feels the pressure. He throws. Oh my God. Encroachment. It's a gain of 8. They're going to accept it. So it brings up 3rd and 7. Had they taken the play, it would have been 4th down. So 3rd and 7. Again, Seattle will stay in our 4-2 nickel. Defensive line in. Todd under center, split backfield. Augustiniak and Freeman. McNeil, excuse me. Freeman McNeil. Wideouts Walker and Jones. Walker to the bottom of the screen, number 85. Johnny Liam Jones, number 80, to the top of the screen. Barkham now to the top of the screen. Tight to the line. He's the tight end. Zone and pass. Todd back to pass. It's a draw to Augustiniak, and he'll be short by Schultz. Only a gain of 5. So it leads a 4th and 2. Bruce Schultz was not fooled on that play. That's tackle number 3 for Schultz. And here comes Pat Leahy to attempt the 41-yard field goal from the Seattle 24. Seattle will attempt to block the kick. The snap to place. Leahy misses the kick. Wide left on the 41-yard attempt. Seattle defense holds with 14:02 to play. 28. The Jets 28, the Seahawks 9, and here comes Jim Zorn and the Seattle Seahawks offense, who have only been able to muster 3 Norm Johnson field goals. 2 of them thanks to turnovers. And again, they're going to go 4 wideouts, 1 running back. The 1 running back is Dan Dornick. Screen to Dornick. They set it up. And Dornick is quickly brought down as he catches the ball by Lance Mel. Loss of 3. He would have been better off dropping that one like he did the pass in the flat where he had nothing but green grass in front of him on the 4th down play. So 2nd and 13. Seattle goes to the hurry up. Zorn in shotgun. Dornick to stay in and block. He will be the safety valve for Jim Zorn. Long fly to Roger Carr. Zorn back to pass. He's looking. He fires! And it is caught by Carr. Gain of 27. Kurt Springs on the tackle. Roger Carr now has 3 receptions for 60 yards. Again, they stay in the hurry up. Zorn quickly brings him to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun. Dornick will stay in the block. He'll be the safety valve. Medium out. Largent. Zorn has time. He's looking. He throws to the out. Gain of 12. Largent pushed out of bounds by Kurt Spring. Clock stops with 13-10 to play. That's Largent's 3rd reception for 50 yards. As you have Largent and Carr working the top of the screen. And on the bottom of the screen, you have Johns and Walker. Again, Zorn, line of scrimmage, calling out some signals. Shotgun. Dornick will stay in the block. Long out to Walker. Zorn with time, looking for Walker. He fires! It's intercepted! Oh boy, that could go all the way! And finally brought down. Oh, wow. Ken Schroy picked off that pass for Byron Walker on the long out. And he returned it 62 yards. Finally brought down on the 20 by Walker. And that probably is it for the Seattle Seahawks. They try to fool the Jets. We try to fool the Jets to go with one of our 4th wide receiver. But not being fooled at all was Ken Schroy. So 1st and 10, ball in the Seattle 20 after the 62-yard return on the interception by Schroy. Seattle in a 4-3. They're sending all 3 of their linebackers. Man, run. Augustiniak tries to gain the corner. 3 tough yards for Mike Augustiniak, tackled by Robert Hardy. Augustiniak, 11 carries, 52 yards, and a TD. Brings up 2nd and 7. Clock running with 12:48 to play. Jets 28, Seattle 9. They're going to play run McNeil. And McNeil is stopped after a 3-yard gain. Schultz was there on the tackle. Bruce Schultz, 4th tackle. Freeman McNeil now has 12 carries, 43 yards, and a TD. 12:02 to play, 3rd and 4. Man, tight man, run. Todd back to pass. It's a draw to McNeil, and he busts through, and he picks up the 1st down. Gain of 8 on the draw. Even though we were playing run, Joe Fields blasted that hole open for Freeman McNeil. That's his 2nd huge block of the game. Dave Brown brought McNeil down, but it was too late. It's now 1st and goal from the Seattle 6. With 11:10 to play in the game, the Jets having a commanding 28-9 lead, 2nd round of the playoffs here at Shea Stadium, 1982 retro replay. If the Jets win, their undefeated season will continue, and the championship game will be here at Shea against the Denver Broncos. Seattle in their 4-3, short zone goal line. And Augustiniak gets the outside, and he's in! Touchdown! As he fields and Alexander led the way. Augustiniak gets his second touchdown. Pat Leahy makes the extra point, and the Jets can start selling those AFC Championship tickets. They're leading the Seahawks 35-9. Their undefeated season looks like it will continue. They went 9-0 in the strike-shortened year and defeated the Raiders in a close game in the first round of the playoffs. And look to be well on their way to victory as they are routing the Seattle Seahawks 35-9. Here comes the kickoff. Deep is Lane. The short men are Ivory and Johns. 5 yards deep. And Lane downs it. So here comes Jim Zorn, who has struggled. Zorn is 15 of 28, 173 yards and a pick. His counterpart, Richard Todd, 8 of 14 for 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. McNeil, 13 for 51 and a touchdown. Augustiniak, 12 of 58 and 2 touchdowns, 1 reception for 11 yards. Wesley Walker, 3 receptions, 107 yards and a TD. And then you have Jones, 2 for 39, and Barkham, 2 for 25. And it was Walker. Oh, Walker has both touchdown passes. Okay. Alrighty, so pretty much nothing to do for Seattle but hurry up and throw the ball. They will go with their 4 wideouts. And Dornick in the backfield. Shotgun for Zorn. And Dornick will go out wide. Combo pass. Dornick short. Carr long. Largent medium. And Johns medium. Here's a snap and shotgun. Zorn has time. He looks. He fires. It's complete gain of 13 to Johns. Tackle by Kurt Springs. That's his 6th tackle. Seattle goes to the hurry up. Again, Dornick goes out wide. Can't go combo pass in the hurry up. Shoot. Long slant. Largent. Confusion by the Jets, and they call timeout. So the clock stopped with 10:04 to play, but the Jets have that commanding 35-9 lead. 1st and 10 on the Seattle 33. So we're going to go Dornick out wide. Zorn in shotgun. Combo pass. We're going to stick with Largent this time. Will go long. Carr will go long. Dornick will stay short, and Johns will stay medium. Here's the shotgun snap to Zorn. Pressure, and it's intercepted! Stepping in front of the pass to Johns was Bobby Jackson. And that's Zorn's 2nd interception. The Jets offense will come out on the field with 9:57 to play, and the celebration is going on here at Shea Stadium. They will be hosting the AFC Championship game against the Denver Broncos. I will get another crack at the Jets. I have not defeated them once this year. I lost as the Patriots. I lost as the Raiders. I'm going to lose as Seattle now. And I lost, I believe I was Minnesota, and I lost to them. So, all right, 1st and 10. Going to play the run. McNeil, and he is stopped after a 3-yard gain. Coming up quickly was John Harris. That's Harris's 5th tackle. Clock running, 9:49 left in the game. Again, we will play run. Todd back to pass. He throws, and it's complete gain of 10 to Barkham. The tight end now has 3 receptions, 35 yards, brought down by Kenny Easley. Surprised the Jets are throwing the ball up with a huge lead, but they've pretty much done whatever they want. 9:05 to play. Hardy's at 92. Let's bring Nash in. And we're going to play run again. And it's Augustiniak on the pitch. Right, it's a fumble. The ball's loose and recovered by the Seahawks. Jackson. So Seattle gets the ball back. And now there's a few anxious moments here as Jets fans are actually booing. And they have a huge lead. So here comes the Seattle offense once more. Into the breach they go. 4 wideouts. 1 running back, it's Dornick. He will go out wide. Zorn will be in shotgun. They have to go for broke here. Combo pass. Everybody mambo. Dornick will be medium. Largent, Johns, and Carr long. The shotgun snap. Zorn has it. Here comes the pass rush. Yes, time. He fires, and there's his 3rd interception. Kurt Spring steps in front of the intended pass to, I believe, Carr. And that's going to be pretty much it. It was already pretty much it to begin with. 8:06 to play. Now, if the Jets were smart, they just grind this ball and chew up some clock. New York 35, Seattle 9. The Jets are headed to the AFC Championship game. And as again, I will state, they will host the Denver Broncos. And most likely, Craig Morton will be the starting quarterback for Denver. He led Denver to a comeback victory over the Steelers in Mile High. So we'll play run. The ball's given to McNeil. And he is stopped after a 2-yard gain. Tackle by John Harris. That's Harris's 6th tackle for the Seahawks. That was a dive play to free McNeil, who now has 15 carries, 56 yards, and a TD. Clock running, 7:58 to play. Again, we'll play run. And Todd's back to pass. He fires. Gain of 11 by Brown. 4 catches, 118 yards for the tight end. 1st and 10 on the Seattle 43, 7:12 to play in the game. Clock going tick, 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 tick. And now, since he continues to pass, we will attempt to break Richard Todd's leg. We're going to blitz all 3 of our linebackers. We're going to play man and basic. And here comes a pass rush. They give it to McNeil, and McNeil only gets 1 as Tuyo Asasopo stones him. And that's Tuyo Asasopo's 5th tackle. So it brings up 2nd and 9, under 7 minutes to play in the game. Jets are well on their way to hosting the AFC Championship game against the Broncos in this 82 retro replay. Broncos a surprise team. I'll enjoy playing as Craig Morton once again. We'll blitz all of our linebackers once again. Play basic. And free McNeil busts through. He's got the 1st down and more, gain of 13. 1st and 10 as he went flying by the blitzing linebackers. McNeil now has 17 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. Joe Fields providing the excellent blocking up front. Under 6 minutes to play. 1st and 10 on the Seattle 29. And we will key Freeman McNeil. The pitch out goes to Augustiniak, and he is stopped after a 2-yard gain by number 77, Jeff Bryant. That's Bryant's 4th tackle. Under 5 minutes to play, 2nd and 8, and again we will key McNeil. And it's given to McNeil, and this time even keying him, he gains 5. Jackson put the hard hit on him. The Jets might want to start thinking about taking some of their better players out of the game and not get them injured for the championship game. The Jets are undefeated at 9-0 in the regular season. They defeated the Raiders in round 1 of the playoffs. It was a close game, but the Jets won here at Shea, and now they're just wailing away pretty much on a defensive Seattle Seahawks team, 35-9. We will play run. Augustiniak is stopped after a gain of 1 by Jacob Green, and here comes the field goal team. Will attempt to block it. Leahy, and it's down the middle, and it's now 38-9. So with 2:34 to play in the game, the Jets and their fans are celebrating like it's 1999 here at Shea Stadium, as it's retro 1982. Here's the kickoff. The return will be on. It's 5 yards deep. Lane will down it. And here comes Jim Zorn. And Zorn will be replaced by Dave Craig. Not that it matters. And we're going to go screen to use. Screen to Dornick. Craig back to pass. Dumps it to Dornick. Lots of running room. Gain of 12. They're playing the hurry up. Long out. To Largent. Craig back to pass. Looking. He fires. He goes underneath. Gain of 4 to Smith. Knocked out of bounds. And there's the 2-minute warning. So it's 2nd and 6 with 2 minutes to play. 4 wideouts. Dornick, the only running back, will go out wide. So they're going to go 5 wide. Dave Craig in the game. He's 2 for 2 right now. Craig 2 for 2 for 16 yards. Garbage time, but let's give Dave Craig some tosses. He'll be in the shotgun. Bomb post to Roger Carr. There's a shotgun snap. Craig with time. He's looking. He fires. Incomplete. As Carr was well covered by Ray. 1:48 to play. 3rd and 6. Short and quick to Carr. It's a fumble. The ball's down on the grass. Craig recovers it. Tries to take off running. It'll be a loss of 5. John Woodridge will be credited with the tackle. And with the clock running, the Seattle offense will stay on the field. Why not? They're wanting Dave Craig to get some experience here. 4th and 11. Again, we'll go short and quick. We need someone to break a tackle here, and that's not going to happen. So let's go short out. Short out to Carr. Yes, 4th down. They're going to Roger Carr. Craig tries to dump it down as he felt the pressure by Gastineau. But Gastineau gets his hands up, bats the ball down. Seattle turns it over with 1:16. Ball game over, folks. We're just going to play run. They're going to run the ball as they're in their blowout offense. And the carry goes to Marion Barber. And he only gets, we will not call timeout. Clock is running. We'll play run again. I formation. This time it's given to number 24. Is that McNeil? McNeil's still in the game. He picks up 2 yards. My God. I should call timeout. Maybe we'll break McNeil's leg, but we won't do that. And we don't call timeout. Ryan's in at quarterback. We'll play run. And that's the ball game. That's the ball game. The Jets' victory was never in doubt. They jumped out to an early lead and scored often. The New York Jets 38, Seattle 9. The Jets advance to the AFC Championship game in this 1982 retro replay and will host the Denver Broncos. I will be playing as the Denver Broncos and hope to have better success than I did as the Seattle Seahawks. So the Jets went 9-0 in the regular season and now have won 2 playoff games here at Shea. So they're 11-0 overall. Seattle finishes 5-4, second in the AFC West, upset Cincinnati, the number 2 seed. So they were 6-4, but they are crushed here by the Jets at Shea, and they finish their season in total at 6-5. Let's quickly go to the box score. Let's bring that up. Bring up a window in OBS. There's the box score. Let's fit that to the screen. So if you're a Jets fan, you're ecstatic. Their undefeated season is still intact, and they will host the AFC Championship game against the Denver Broncos. I'm looking forward to that. I will be starting Craig Morton. So let's just quickly go through the scoring summary. The Jets scored the first 3 touchdowns of this game before Seattle put 3 points on the board. A McNeil 2-yard run. After a 10-play, 85-yard drive, it took 5 minutes and 25 seconds, 7-0 Jets. Then Richard Todd hit Wesley Walker for 24-yard touchdown passes. That was 7 plays, 67 yards. Took 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Leahy provided both extra points. It was 14-0 Jets. Augustiniak with a 3-yard run. Leahy kicked on a 6-play, 29-yard drive. That was after a turnover, I think. So it was 21-0 Jets. Seattle finally scored. Norm Johnson, 45-yard field goal. 10-play, 57-yard drive. Just under 5 minutes. But the Jets answered the Seattle field goal with a 41-yard pass to Wesley Walker by Richard Todd. Leahy kick, and it made it 28-3. Seattle would score just before the half ended. Another Norm Johnson 43-yard field goal. And at the half, it was 28-6. Seattle would get the ball back and kick a field goal, a 20-yard field goal, and it made it 28-9. That was a very good drive, the best drive of the game. 15 plays, 79 yards, but they faltered at the end, and we took the 3 points because points are points. We're still hoping to score touchdowns. The Jets would score the final the final 10 points of the game. An Augustiniak 6-yard touchdown run. That was his second of the game. Leahy kick, 35-9. Leahy added a late field goal, 38-9. The Jets advance to the AFC Championship. They will host the Broncos in this 1982 retro replay here at Shea. Quickly go to some player stats. Jim Zorn, 16 of 31, 186 yards, 3 picks. His quarterback rate was sacked 3 times, as the sack exchange provided tremendous pressure. His quarterback rating, 30.5, awful. Dave Krieg came in garbage time, 2 for 4, 16 yards. Quarterback rating, 60.4. Richard Todd, 10 of 16, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 5 times. The Seattle front 7 actually outperformed the Jets in the sack exchange. But his rating was 145.8. Free McNeil, 19 carries, 77 yards. His long was 13 yards. He had a touchdown. He averaged 4.1 yards a carry. Mike Augustiniak, 15 carries, 56 yards. That's an average of 3.7 yards a carry. 2 touchdowns. His long was 13 yards. And Barber had to carry for a yard. In total, the Jets carried the ball 35 times, 134 yards, and just an average 3.8 yards a carry and 3 rushing touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Wesley Walker, was targeted 5 times, made 4 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. His long was 42 yards. Barkham targeted 6 times, 3 catches, 35 yards. Johnny Lamb Jones targeted 4 times, 2 catches, 39 yards. Augustiniak, 1 target, 1 catch, 11 yards. They averaged 20.3 yards per reception. Seattle, Dan Dornick, 6 receptions, targeted 7 times. He had that one crucial drop that would have been a huge first down, possibly a touchdown. He had wide open running room. 31 yards. Roger Carr pretty much played a lot of the second half. 3 catches. He was targeted 6 times. He had 1 crucial drop. 60 yards. Long of 27. Largent. They kept Steve Largent in check. He was targeted 7 times, only had 3 catches for 50 yards. And he had a drop, which is very rare for Steve Largent. Used 2 receptions for 13 yards out of the backfield. Smith, 2 receptions, targeted 6 times out of the backfield for 28 yards. Metzelaars targeted 4 times, 1 reception, 7 yards, and he had a crucial drop. Johns, 1 reception, 13 yards. And Walker was targeted once, and it was a pickoff. Let's go to the defense. Okay. Where are the sacks? Sacks. Manu Tuiasosopo had 2 sacks to go with 5 tackles. Butler had a sack and 5 tackles. Easley, the safety, 4 tackles and a sack. And Schultz, 4 tackles and a sack. Seattle had 3 forced fumbles. They only recovered 1, though, I believe, or 2. Harris, Bryant, and Easley. For the Jets, they had 3 pickoffs. And the interceptions went to Springs. Troy, that was huge, as he returned that 62 yards. And Jackson. They had 3 sacks. Salam had 1. Gastineau had 1. And Bennett had 1. They applied a ton of pressure on Jim Zorn. Salam had a hurry. Gastineau had 5 hurries. Bennett had 2 hurries. Neal had 3 hurries. And Rudolph had a hurry, because his nose was ever so bright. And we'll end showing the scoring summary one last time. The New York Jets' undefeated season continues with their 2nd playoff victory, and now they will host the 1982 Retro Replay AFC Championship game against the surprise Denver Broncos, and Craig Morton will be starting that game. Hopefully he'll be able to stand upright and avoid the sack exchange. So the Jets 38, Seattle 9, as this is Al Red Sox Fan and Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station signing off from Shea Stadium. Till next time, health, happiness, take care, bye-bye, and God bless.